Boom. Yo, what's up, guys? Today we are going to be going over pretty much the whole process of digital marketing. And obviously, it's going to be a very simplified and condensed version, but we're still going to go over what I feel are the most important steps of digital marketing. Just to kind of give you a brief overview of what's going to be talked about in this video, and it's all going to be interconnected, and I might mention stuff prior to another step. So there's a total of about 11 steps that I'm going to be going over, from like literally nothing to a full-on marketing campaign, bringing you guys traffic and sales and leads and stuff like that. The first thing is going to be audience, defining your audience, defining avatars, creating avatars. And what I mean by avatars is basically versions of people or people that are your dream customers, or customers that are interested, look like, feel like, have the different pain points and likes, wants, dislikes, at least as much as we can get to a point about these different people, and these different people that would buy your product or the product that you'd be advertising online, or your service, whatever it is that you're trying to get across to people and get conversions from or leads from or whatever, trying to get your product, service, or whatever in their life. This is what that's going to go over, and basically trying to hone in on those people and those specific types of people, because it's really important. And the next one is going to be the objective. So it's not as easy. Digital marketing, when people think of digital marketing, it's not just as easy as, oh, I'm gonna throw up an ad up, I'm gonna throw an ad online, and then boom, I'm gonna have all these people flocking to me. That's not how it works. A lot of people think that that's how it works. It's not. So there are certain objectives and certain things that we have to discuss and go over beforehand and decide on prior to you guys starting a campaign. And so if you're just starting a business up and you want to generate leads or awareness, and you prioritize one over the other, that's definitely a big deal, and definitely going to affect and impact the way that you phrase stuff, the way that you basically try to hook your audience in. And if it's just brand awareness, you're not really ever trying to like hook them to try to get them to do anything right then. It's awesome if they do, but again, it's just generating awareness, and then get up to the lead and get up to the point where you're offering them something in exchange for information, and then and so on. So deciding on an objective is number 2. Number 3 is the offer. So the type of offers, there's so many different types of offers out there, it's insane. So that's going to be one thing that we go over, and that's number 3. Number 4 is going to be content. So there's all types of different content out there, all types of different ways to be able to build up a relationship with your customers or clients, and that's what I'm going to be discussing and going over a little bit. And then also, I forgot to, no, we're not going to go over that. Just the offer sequencing is very, very, very important. So I'm going to be going into that a little bit in depth. And 5, blogging. So blogging for your business is super important, and I'm going to be going over a few reasons why, but I'm not going to get super in depth on that today. The next one is going to be landing pages. So after you get someone to be aware of your brand and to look at your video or look at your ad or whatever, after they learn a little bit or are familiar with you and your company, what's going to happen is you want to get them from them being on someone else's platform, Facebook, social, or Facebook, Instagram, Google, wherever it is that they are browsing, trying to find a resource, or you presenting them with a resource of some sort, or a service, product, whatever it is. Again, you want to get them away from other people's stuff and onto yours. You want them to focus on you. So pretty much all we're doing is trying to exchange stuff for attention at this point, and get them to focus not on their feed or not on their social stuff. You want them to be focused on you. So what are you going to do to create a landing page that basically gets the customer or client to do what you want them to do from the ad that you just targeted to them, that they just clicked on? So what's the step after that? So we're going to go over that. And then we're also going to be going over So this is a little bit separate, but it's very important. So we're going to be going over funnels and the idea of funnels, and just basically the concept of a funnel and what it is, and basically how to determine the different parts of the funnel that that people go through. Next one is going to be search marketing. We're not going to get super into that today. I'm just going to be very, very brief on that, even though it's a very, very important part of it. It's basically trying to fill the demand and fill the questions, fill the space where fill the space between your customer and you. When people are searching on Google how to do something, that means that they have the intent to do something else, and you're going to help them get to where they want, hopefully. Next one's going to be paid traffic. So I'm going to go over it briefly, and it's just kind of like the concept of it in comparison to not content marketing, but in comparison to like free traffic, like YouTube. If you post on YouTube and you're not advertising on YouTube, and people just organically come to you, in comparison to paying for traffic, like I said, on other sources like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, stuff like that. You can pay to be seen more, or you can create content that is shared by people and create it organically and still get customers. But paid traffic right now is definitely underpriced still where we're at. So we're going to go over that. Next one is going to be over email marketing and what happens, and basically what the emails, what you're doing with the emails, how you're supposed to be using the emails, and how to basically, not how to, this isn't going to be a how-to, this isn't going to be a huge how-to, this is going to be a concept, basically. Big picture, very very macro. The next one, the last thing we're going to do is talk about data. And so let's get off. I'm going to try to keep this underneath a half an hour for you guys. So first thing we're going to try to get into is the audience. So as you can see here, we have, so if you think about your business, you think about the things that you offer and the different, and basically your value ladder. So if you guys don't know what a value ladder is, let me look up dentist value ladder. This is essentially what takes people from not even knowing about you to getting their information to having something small done, maybe for free or a very small cost. Maybe a very good offer, maybe 50% off or 75% off something, 30% depending on how expensive the service or product is. Sorry, it's a little bit loud. There it is. Okay, so this is where it starts. So if you were a dentist, you'd be wanting to the first objective is to get information and get them through the door. That's the first thing. So what can I do to get them through the door? Because you can't really provide, I mean, unless you're selling ebooks, unless you're trying to help other dentists, or unless you're trying to help your customers out with a free ebook on how to keep your teeth cleaner or something, you're not really going to get their information. So you can always, I guess you could make like some kind of a research or a study or some kind of something that's valuable to people, because everyone cares about their teeth, so, or a majority of people at least. So if you could create something like that in order to get their information, awesome. And then what you do after that is you'd send emails out, blah blah blah, and hopefully after they're aware and they give you their information, they hopefully sooner than later get through the door. Now everyone is going to take steps faster than others in going through your value ladder, depending on what business you're in. And that's essentially what the value ladder is. So if you can create this, oh no, I didn't even get into the value ladder. So once they get through the door, then you give them their free something or their 75% off something, like maybe a teeth cleaning, right? And then after that, you bump it up to teeth whitening. And so while you're doing the teeth cleaning, you say, oh wow, these teeth are yellow, like, oh man, you introduce them to another problem that they have, right? So after they're aware, a lot of people aren't even aware about all the stuff that they need. Like if people aren't aware of the problems that they have. And so you have to help them understand their problems, the significance of their problem, and the urgency to solve the problem. And if you can be that solution for them, that's where you want to be. Is you want to help people solve problems and be the solution for them. Whatever it is that your product or service is helping solve, you need to understand that on a very very deep level and understand the pain points of people and understand how you're going to take them from step A to Z and how you're going to get them there step by step, incrementally. So, getting back to the avatar. So, if we talk about all the people that need stuff done to their teeth, we need to be speaking directly to certain people, using references to certain things about things that are related to the people that you're speaking to directly. Because you every single time you create an ad, every single time you write copy in an email, every time you write anything that you know is going to be displayed to your audience, you need to create it in a way that you are like, literally picture them on the other side of the screen. Like, that is another person you're talking to, and you need to type, write, talk to, and do everything like they're on the other side of the screen and you're speaking directly to them. So when you take that into consideration, you need to build out these different avatars, these different kinds of people that would be the most interested in your your product or service, and you need to decide on how they're going to get through these different steps for all these different avatars, right? So for instance, if I were to be, so say I'm targeting dental clients and I want them, I want to, so just so you guys know, this video is actually a way to basically content market it. This is content marketing at this point, and if you're watching this right now, I'm establishing a relationship with you, and hopefully this helps me help you, or helps one of your friends get on the internet, or helps them to do digital marketing sometime soon. I don't know, but I know that I'm putting this out there, or in exchange for your time, and I'm giving up my time for your time, and hopefully I can work in value for you or someone else that you know. So that's basically what you have to understand, is I'm doing this right now for you and whoever's watching this, and you need to be doing the same thing for your customers. So if you can, yeah, I'm gonna try and be brief. I'm already on the audience, and it's been a few minutes. So you have to understand the people, you have to understand what their problems are, you have to understand the solution. Understand that no one is going to ever understand all of the stuff about your business that you understand, so you have to be very direct and very, very simple with your marketing and the things that you're going to do for them. So let's get into number 2, which is campaign. So let's just use the dental. We're gonna probably just use the dental stuff for a second. So if I were to be creating a campaign for a dentist, and I wanted to say maybe he already has, let's go on here. Facebook, let's just look up family dental. Boom, right here. So this guy, I can literally go see right now if he is, oh, they're doing that thing again. So usually you can go see their ads, but right now, what's going on? You're right here. I can't even see it. That is odd. You can usually look at ads right here. Groups, communities, or posts. Anyways, so let's just say I'm trying to advertise for this guy, Lone Mountain Family Dental. So what I would do is I'd first try to discuss with him what the offer is. What is he willing to do? And you all, oh, this is a huge thing I didn't even go over with you guys before the video, or before I started on this. So in order for this stuff to be cost effective, you guys have to understand the LTV, which is the lifetime value of your customer. So let me break this down for you guys. Oh man, okay, this might be going over a little bit over, or might be going over 30 minutes. So let's go to paint, sketchbook, whatever. So, gonna refer Okay. All right. So lifetime value. So a lot of times when I talk to people, or what I've heard about, like there's a lot of people out there that don't understand the concept and simple principle of investing. And so if you look at any investment ever, it's always looking at the long term over the short term. A lot of people are very short-sighted and don't understand that when you go and you invest in a relationship, a lot of times you're going to get a lot more ROI on that relationship if you give value first, which is why you create an awesome offer up front in order to get the extended amount of time of that valued customer, right? So say we have Billy over here that needs a teeth cleaning, or he needs he's not even aware that he needs his teeth cleaning right now, but he needs his teeth whitened, and we're going to, or teeth cleaning. Which one's the first one? Let's make sure. Teeth cleaning and then whitening. Okay. Some people offer different stuff, so just got to make sure on this one I'm using the same value ladder. So teeth cleaning. So Billy comes in with a 75% off coupon, right? Spends coupon, whatever you want to call it, however you guys use your however you guys strategize the ways that people get percentages off. People use different stuff, but he comes in, spends, let's just say it's $200 in insurance. He's got a $25. Spends $25 with you guys. Wow, that's an ugly 5. Spends $25 with you guys the first day, right? And then during that, while he's getting his teeth cleaned, you go and approach him and say, hey, you have you thought about getting your teeth whitened? Or maybe he has a different problem, and he has some oral stuff going on in his teeth. He doesn't even know that he has like stuff messed up with his mouth, and you need to point that out to him so that you can go say, hey, I can fix this for you, but it's going to cost X. Whatever that X amount is, you just basically brought in this customer. I don't know how much you spent on ads, hopefully between $0 and $20 to bring this person in, and you get this person in. Now he's spending, I don't know, $500, right? And this isn't all from him. This is obviously from insurance and stuff too. $500. Then after that, he's probably going to stay with you because we are creatures of habit, and if you treat them right and you treat your customers right, your clientele right, whatever it is, you have to understand they're going to keep coming back until they have a bad experience or they have a reason to go somewhere else. So if you can bring this person in, they start spending money with you over the course of a lifetime, and you also have to think he has family, right? So he could possibly be referring like 2 to 5 family members over here whenever they have this issue too. So total, let's just say Billy's lifetime value is $20,000, right? And I actually did some research on this, and this is about what the lifetime value of a customer is for any dental or a dentist. So this is about the lifetime value. Now you say Billy brings in 3 more people times 4 equals, well, 4 because he's 1, so 80,000. Wow, that's ugly. 80K, right? So this is super sloppy, but anyways, do you guys understand the huge long-term scheme of things now? I hope this is kind of a big kind of like whoa to you. You can go and spend a little amount of money to go and make sure you treat someone right and bring in upwards, I mean, depending on the business model and what you're selling and all that good stuff, bring in a lot more money than what you spent to get that guy in your house or in your room or in your care exam room or whatever it is you're bringing him. The lifetime value of this customer is priceless compared to what you guys spent. So just want to kind of help you guys understand the lifetime value of a customer is huge when determining ad spend and return on investment, because a lot of times the stuff isn't right there. It's not going to be just here's all of your return right now times 12. Nothing's that way. It's just like time, relationships, money, anything. You can't, I mean, you can go do it. It's not super common though. So understand that concept before we go back into stuff. So I think we were getting up here. So okay, yeah, the value ladder, all that good stuff. We went over that. Campaign. So the objective is basically we have to determine now, did we already set up a brand awareness campaign? Are people already aware of us? Are people already aware of what we do? And if they are, awesome. We're still going to maybe create another brand awareness campaign so that people are still, like, they're starting to be more aware of all the stuff that we do and what we provide. So if you're local, we obviously want to target locally. And the campaign is either going to be for awareness, website clicks, or leads. And you can always convert. So let me show you guys really quick the objectives. Oh, that's better. Sure. Okay. Alright, so we're going to create an ad right now. Choose campaign, Legion, Dental 1. Okay. Alright, so right here we go from awareness to engagement, app installs, video views, lead gen, messages, blah blah blah, all the way to conversions. So our ideal point to get people is conversions. Now obviously we start with brand, get them traffic, and so I want to kind of introduce a tiny little segment in here about funnels. So just so you guys know and are aware of what funnels are and what they do, they're priceless for your company. Basically what they do is it's basically a sales page, and you don't have to, you basically bring people from Facebook over to ClickFunnels, and on your funnels page it looks just like a website, except for not, it's meant for one specific purpose. So like with a website, you're going all over the place, you have all these different options, where with ClickFunnels, I'll show you guys really quick, you have one thing to do, and if they don't do that one thing, then they're not, and I know this sounds it sounds a little bit iffy right now, but trust me, it works. So the first thing is like an opt-in. So this is my funnel right now that I have for helping people niche down. So this is the book that I have. It's called Niche Authority, basically finding your niche and dominating it. And then once people get the free ebook, then they give me their email address. Now they're on my email list, and now I can retarget them, and I get to upsell them. So if they're interested in this offer right here that they just took for free, I know that they're interested in this, which is an upsell. So once they go through the upsell, they may not buy it, but I still got their contact information, and I still have the ability to go and sell them something again, because now they're cookied and I can go retarget, and they're again in my email list. So I always have a chance to upsell. And again, the gaps between people taking steps to make purchases and make bigger purchases with your company and your products and services, there's definitely a ton of variation depending on people. And so next thing is, after they buy that thing, then they have an even bigger, they have a one-time offer. So get this and but you're never going to see it again, you're never going to see this offer again, blah blah blah, and now you get this if you buy right now. And usually it works, because you combine a lot of different psychological stuff for people in order to get the combined result of a purchase, an upsell, and a one-time offer. So you can get conversion rates up pretty high with ClickFunnels. And the last thing is the order confirmations, just a little thank you. And depending on your product, service, or whatever, if you have a digital product and you're storing all the stuff online, you're storing files, you're storing videos, courses, whatever it is online, you go in and you actually have, through ClickFunnels, you have the ability to have them sign in and be able to access that stuff through you. So, and that's all paid for by ClickFunnels. So this is my members area access. So when people come in and they want to access some stuff, they can go through here and they can actually go and look at the different sections, look at the different lessons and stuff in there. So it's a really cool tool to have if you are trying to get people through a funnel. So, and everyone, just so you know, if you're selling anything, you are trying to get someone through a funnel. Alright, so that's where the offers. So you bring them to an offer, and then you can either have them stay on Facebook or bring them to your website and put in the info, blah blah blah, get them off Facebook, or whatever platform they're on to your stuff. And so you want them to be consuming your content. So next thing I'm going to go over is content. And basically I want to just give you guys a very, very conceptual idea of content and what it is. Literally what it is for you guys is a way to build and establish a very, very foundational relationship between you and your consumer. So when you take into consideration the fact that there's so much content out there and it's free, you need to be creating quality content, if possible, for your consumer to digest, and it needs to be of value. Otherwise, people are going to steer away from it, and then Google's going to de-rank it, and Facebook isn't going to feed it to people anymore. And it's like there's so many different algorithms that help these different platforms determine whether or not something is valuable to people or not, like the bounce rate, the conversion rate, all these different things, that like how long someone stays on your website, how long someone reads for, how long someone watches your video for. Like these are all factors that people take, or that these software systems and these different platforms take into consideration when they're it'll even get to the point where you're paying less for your advertising if your content is good and people are staying on it, because then that's going to say to Facebook and Google, oh, these guys are consuming this content, they're staying on longer, we're going to keep on shooting this ad, and we're going to reduce the cost, so they keep on advertising with us. So just know that there's a huge compound and snowball effect with this stuff, and you have to, when you do it right, it's awesome. Excuse me. So another thing is, so you guys have to understand the funnel. So when I say a funnel, where's my marker at? Is it not right here? What do I do with it? Huh. Well, give me a second. So when I say a funnel, this is what I mean. And it kind of coincides with what I was saying when you go from brand awareness to lead to sale. So literally, you guys have probably already seen this before, this concept before, I'm sure. So awareness, lead, sale, / conversion. Right, so hopefully you guys can see that and it's visible. But yeah, that's essentially what a funnel is. And so you want to bring people from not knowing about your stuff to being aware of it, to becoming a lead, to becoming a sale, and eventually get to the point where they're over here like shouting out your brand and stuff, and they're becoming an advocate for you guys, and they're like basically free advertisement for you. And that's where you get the other referrals from. Yeah, that's where you get the other 60 to 80 to 500K of referrals from. So that's kind of the concept of that. So next thing we're going to go over is blogging. So you guys have to understand the internet, and I went over this in one of my other videos, so let's go in right here. It'll be better. Right here. Okay, so we have this internet thing, right? This is the pool, and this is where everyone stays in this pool, except for maybe the dark web, which is out here, which is like no one like hardly even knows about that. At least most people I know. So we have this giant pool, right? Now we have Google search, we have Google, right? We have Facebook, and we have LinkedIn. And just so you guys know, there's like there's other ways to advertise. Obviously, there's Netflix, there's other channels, there's other platforms, other mediums that you can interact with your audience from, or audience with, but just know that these are the common ones. So Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, so you have these different platforms, right? And then maybe you have your website. Let's just say this is your only website, or let's just say this is your website. So we have a consumer, they're going to all these different platforms, right? So, oh, there's Pinterest too for all the moms, duh. Pinterest. So there's all these platforms that you have available to you to go and advertise on, right? So you guys want to be able to determine, depending on the avatar, depending on who you're targeting and who the content is geared towards, you want to be posting that content across the platforms that you know your audience is in. And you want to, again, use that content as stepping stones to direct all of this traffic right here that's going from here. You want to direct all your content and all of their attention from these platforms over to here, and eventually have what I just showed you happen, that funnel, right? Boom. Turn into a conversion. So let's go back. Wow, I thought I did that earlier. Okay, so now I hope you guys understand this. So you're bringing people from one platform and trying to get them to focus on you and building a relationship with you, and eventually turning into a client or a customer of yours. I'm trying to pound that into a lot of your people's heads, and because some people just don't understand the concepts that I'm going over, and you may not either, but I'm definitely going to be taking questions and stuff like that after the video. So you guys can post in the comments, email me, there's going to be an email link. You guys can also contact me through my website. So, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, so content's super important. Now, let's just give an example for a dentist. I'm going to just keep on using dentist. So, let's just say people are searching, someone on Google is searching for how to, or what to do if your teeth are yellow in the searches in Las Vegas. Just so you guys know, Google takes that into account. So when people are searching in a certain location, depending on the content and where the location of the business is at, and the different stuff that's like everything, I'm not going to try to explain the whole algorithm to you, but understand that when someone searches, like I live in Las Vegas, if someone searches for stuff that is related to you and your business, and you are in Las Vegas, and that someone is in Las Vegas that's searching for you, they're going to throw your content at them most likely, depending on how valuable your content is and the variables that are in there and the metadata, all that good stuff. But if your content is good and it's of value, Google's going to rank it, and so will the other algorithms. So, and it also has to be written right, and the structure of it has to be obviously down pat. But anyways, getting back to the content stuff. So creating the content for the different platforms, for the different avatars, to establish a relationship and get them to basically rope them in through these different platforms is what you're going for. So you want to be everywhere, but be very niche, or not niche down, but very specific and precise with your targeting and with who you're speaking to, because they all have different pain points and different problems that they're trying to deal with and different results that they're trying to reach, and you have to try and basically gear your stuff towards those specific people and those specific problems. So that's the content side of stuff. And you guys need to make sure that you're aware of a marketing plan before you go and do that, because otherwise it just kind of turns into a mess. So if you guys have ever been to, let's just go to Shopify.com. Just so you know, all of the different videos and the how-tos and blah 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 is all content. So like Shopify, I haven't done it before, but on YouTube.com Shopify how to No. Actually, Shopify. Let's filter out. Let's go to channel. So Shopify has 170,000 subscribers. They did that by making content, having a platform, making a tool, and having all this stuff available for people to use. I mean, not everything is like this. There's definitely instructional stuff. So I'm betting money that there's so short stories, new money, entrepreneurs going green, buy from women, careers with Shopify, nowhere else, blah blah blah. Kit for Shopify, build a bigger business, Shopify, POS tutorials. So there's tutorials, there's all kinds of stuff that's helping people develop a relationship with this platform, right? So you need to be doing the same thing. There needs to be blogs, videos, anything that you can do to connect with customers to bring in more leads and more sales. That's what you want to be doing. If you don't want to be bringing in a ton of leads and sales, that's totally fine. That's up to you. Don't create content, but if you are, go after it. So that's just what content is and what it does. And you need to be established on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Yeah, and maybe Twitter. And you know, it really depends on where you're at, but when you're full scale, you want to be literally everywhere. Like Pinterest, you want to be answering stuff on Quora, you want to be doing all kinds of different stuff as much as you can, because all we're doing is we are literally trading attention. If we can get someone's attention, we can feel like, or if people feel like we are a solution, they're going to come to us, right? So same thing for you, same thing for anyone that's providing a service or product for anything. You need to help people get to you through any way possible, but you also need to prioritize that at the beginning before you go into doing all the other stuff and you outsource stuff, or maybe you bring stuff in-house to go and do that kind of stuff, like answering stuff on Quora and being in forums and groups and stuff like that, helping people out. Excuse me. Okay, so dang, it's already 10:22. Landing pages. So we already kind of went over landing pages and how important they are, but basically you want to make sure that your landing page, when someone goes from the social media stuff to social media to clicking on your ad to landing on a landing page, you want to make sure that that is just very, 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 like, it is perfect. It's set up. And again, you're going to have to test and try this stuff, but it needs to be aligned with what you said in the ad and what you said in your content, blah, blah, blah. It needs to all be aligned and working them up to getting to where they're clicking on a link and going to get a free something, or get a coupon, or get something that's going to help them lead towards that conversion again. So landing pages are super, super vital. And so if you look at mine over here, ClickFunnels, we go into right here. I just barely get started with this, by the way. ClickFunnels is like, it's, yeah, once I I'm not gonna get into that right now, but it's exciting. What was I looking at? Funnels. Okay, so share funnel. Right here. So this is my page, and I'm gonna go into edit. And you can see that this little thing right here, the arrow, it lights up, and it's very, very straightforward. Nothing else to do besides download my book. There's no distractions, no nothing anywhere besides this. So if they don't want this, they are either retargeted and they're going to be addressed on the other platforms without me email marketing to them, or they're going to get my book and then they're going to get marketed towards and they're going to get hopefully an upsell. They're going to buy the upsell and blah 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 and so on. So you can see how very, very simple this is. And you guys might be like, what the heck, you think that's going to work? But it does. It converts, because the more simple and the more structured something is, the easier it is for you to get that and make that happen for anyone. So if I have 50,000 things to do and they want me to do one thing, there's all these other options on there. Why would I do this one thing? But you optimize for them doing that one thing, because that's going to get them closer to you, bringing them in as a potential client, or bringing them in as a client or customer. So you want them to do that one thing. Otherwise, like, I mean, it's cool that you can give them value, but you also want to be exchanging value. You know what I mean? So this is a landing page. So if I were just pretend that this was an advertisement, or there was an advertisement bringing this. So there's an advertisement that said, hey guys, I'm super excited. I'm introducing a book to all the people, all the bloggers, all the people out there that are creating content for their business, and I'm going to teach you guys how to niche down today and get inside your niche and really figure out the key components to making sure that you guys are creating content for your audience that converts, and bringing in people that really want to know about your stuff and that are interested in you, and I'm gonna help you guys develop a relationship with your clients and customers like you've never seen before, and I'm gonna help you do that in less than 30 days, and boom, then there's the ad. And maybe at the end you always have to have a call to action. So at the very end of the video or within the ad, I have to say learn more or get your free ebook right here. Just enter in your email address. So now they're going from the ad to the landing page, to knowing that they're going to have to enter their email address, and then the next step is boom, a tiny little upsell. So I think you guys get the idea now, or at least are starting to understand it. And if you guys already know about digital marketing, just excuse me for going over it like again and again, because it's just something that people will get confused. I got confused with this stuff when I first started with this. So the next thing is going to be search marketing. So basically, when people search, like I said before, people search for certain stuff to fill their needs and their desires. Like, if I want to know how to do something, I'm probably not going to stop Googling it until I find what I need. So why not be the person filling up that space and filling that fulfillment, like going and creating that fulfillment with someone else, going and giving them that, oh, okay, cool, that's how it works, awesome. Like, giving them that moment right there is how you establish a relationship, at least in my opinion. If you can go, like, if I can relax from doing business with you, or if I can relax or gain a lot of value or fill a need of mine from your content, I'm going to keep on going back to you. I'm going to keep on going back. And usually if you have links in your content, and you have stuff to go, and you have maybe affiliates, you have stuff that you're advertising as well, you have stuff that you can even upsell with them, like, all you're doing is creating a bigger and better relationship with all of your audience. And people love that. People love quality content. So all I'm saying is create quality content, build relationships with your customers, and do it to the best of your ability. And then search marketing. Okay, I already went over. So I just talked about this, but basically you're filling intent. That's all it is. So if I Google something, and I literally just went over this, but if I Google something, I want you to pop up first, or I want me to pop up first. That's all it is. So organic stuff and paid stuff, you want to be the first one that someone takes notice in and builds a relationship with. So that's just finalizing that. Next thing is paid traffic. So if you guys look at all of these, like I said before, all of these different platforms, look at this stuff like as TV channels or newspapers or TV shows or Netflix, right? So, or no, Netflix doesn't really advertise a ton. So look at it like Hulu or something. So if you look at the old days where people are advertising in newspapers, you pay X amount to have the ability to get your ad placed in, let's just say, like a golf magazine, right? Golf, boom, has Tiger Woods TW on the front. Now maybe you're selling golf clubs, right? And this is a golf magazine, so obviously you want to go and put your stuff in this and all the other golf stuff. So if you can find any other golf stuff, golf magazines, golf resources, anything that's affiliated with golf that you think your audience will be consuming when coming across your stuff, and it's going to be aligned with their interests, your product and your service aligns with that you're advertising on, whatever it is, awesome. That's what you're going for. So picture Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google, all this stuff. Picture them as newspapers or TV channels that you're advertising on. And these channels are specifically directed to your audiences. Now, if you guys don't understand the power of Facebook and their algorithms, like, this is just Facebook, just so you know. So let's go over to Facebook Business Manager. So I'm about to show you guys all of the different ways that you can target your traffic and target people. Like, a lot of people don't even understand that they can go and target someone that likes basketball. Like, I can literally have like an ankle brace or something like that, and I can make a funnel for it and then upsell them on an ankle brace and maybe some heating stuff for their body, or I don't know. I'm just kind of pulling stuff out and going with it, but you guys get the idea of it. So if I want to advertise anything anywhere, I can usually find some interests, some psychographics, and some demographics for those things, and some communities and stuff like that. So say I'm going for, we're going to just click on traffic for now, right? So it'll freaking load. Oh, no. There it is. So we're going for traffic, right? Continue, boom, boom, boom. Website, app, messenger, WhatsApp, blah, blah, blah. So you can go and create your creative. I'm not going to do that right now, but this is where you go and you change all the different variables within the ad. So see how it says provide individual assets like images, headlines, and automatically generate optimized creative combinations for your audience. That's what that's for. So create new. So custom audiences are really cool. So I'm going to go over custom audiences and the abilities that gives you really quick. So there's a few ways that you can create a custom audience, or no, a lookalike audience. So lookalike audience is basically, if you guys have an email list already, awesome. You're going to be able to plug that in with a CSV file, plug that into Facebook, and you wouldn't do this right here, but you can plug in the CSV file, create a, and Facebook basically has data on all these emails, or at least a majority of the emails that are used in combination with their Facebook profile. So they can basically track they are tracking everything that consumers do on or off Facebook. If you have the app installed, especially if you have the Messenger app and the Facebook app, they're like, and I don't mean to scare you guys, if you guys aren't aware of this, I'm sorry, but you're being tracked literally everywhere you go, everything you do. Like, they just did you can YouTube this, there's a YouTube video on how much Google tracks on you guys, and you guys have to know that Facebook and Google, I mean Facebook, they were kind of like separated, and Google they were clashing. Facebook and Instagram have gotten huge. Facebook bought out Instagram. Anyways, I'm kind of getting off topic, but Google and Facebook track everything about you guys, including myself. Like, even Amazon. Like Amazon, I was talking about something the other day. I think it was this one dude brought up beer or something, and so literally this other person was talking about beer. I wasn't even talking about it. 5 seconds, not 5 minutes later, the exact beer he mentioned, I think it was Blue Moon or something. This dude literally, on my phone, it popped up, Blue Moon, and I had an ad for that from Amazon. So like, there's stuff that is coordinating. I'm not exactly sure how every single piece of the algorithm works, but just so you guys know, let me show you this. And I know I'm getting way off topic and it's been over 30 minutes, but I just want you guys to understand the internet a little bit more and understand the power of it a little bit more. So bear with me. So these are all codes, right? So these are different codes. Coding is basically what every single website lives off of. So if I go to anything ever, go to inspect, it's all made out of code, right? So this is basically just a face of all of this, just so you guys know. So there are certain, when you click on a certain link, this code says, okay, this person did this and he went here and blah blah blah. Everything's being tracked very, very small and without you knowing or really understanding how it works, but that's how it works. So there's code that you visit and there's faces for it. And yeah, so that's the crazy part about coding and how they track stuff and blah blah blah. So let's get back into targeting. United States. So let's just say and you can exclude or include stuff. You can exclude or include the United States. So we're just going to go with the United States for right now. I'm going to go ahead and say maybe Aliante. So station. So this is going to start out with location. If you're a local business, this is where you're going to start out, and you're going to go boom. So this is dropping a pin where you're at. So right here, if I want to drop a pin and I want to target all the people within a 10-mile radius, boom, there it is. So I'm over here, or I can reduce this to 1 mile. And then I can drop another pin if I wanted to. So I can go and say, hey, I want to target the rich area of town, and I want to target maybe Henderson. All of Henderson, Nevada, right? We're going to reduce that size. Oh, boom. We're going to reduce that down to like, oh, dang it. Okay, so now I have this, and I have this targeted. And I can go and add more if I want to. But you guys kind of get the idea. So this is just location based. Now I can go and target. Now this is where it gets really cool. This is where you guys start to understand the very, very vital, important parts of targeting and having specific messages for specific types of people. So you have a location, right? So if I were creating content for Las Vegas dentist, I would say, like, I would start off my ad with, hey, Las Vegas dentist, have you ever thought of blah, 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 blah? And, or, hey, Henderson, have you ever thought, or hey, Henderson dentist, or if you're a dentist in Henderson, blah, blah, blah. Then you go in and you target them and you have a specific message for them, and you talk to them specifically, like you talk to them like you were talking directly to the person you can visualize in your head. Like you're a perfect customer, you're talking directly to them. So now you can go into age, and you can go into male, female, gender. So say I wanted to make sure I was only targeting people that spoke Chinese for some reason, right? I could say Chinese. And they're all going to be, there's not too many people that speak Chinese apparently. But you guys get the idea of it. So everyone that speaks Chinese within these two areas, the reach is going to be between 321 and 97 reach. So yeah, that's where we're at. And then if I even go men, let's see if that reduces it even more. Yeah, 1800. So now we have Chinese men between 18 and 65. We're going to reduce that to 25 to actually we'll just go with 60 just for right now. So demographics, interests, or behaviors. So this is something really cool. So if I was to be targeting people that I want to have go to my online store and buy online stuff, like Shopify, it's a drop shipping store. If you guys don't understand the concept of drop shipping, it's basically, I'll explain it super quick. So you're an advertiser, right? You have a manufacturer that you connect with, right? And then you advertise without having their product. You get pictures from them, throw it up on the website. You get a consumer, comes over to your website, buys it. Their information gets sent over to the manufacturer, and they get their information and send it directly to the consumer. So you never touch products. So that's what Shopify is essentially for, is for drop shippers and people that are advertising online. Okay, that's a majority of what people use it for. You can do brick and mortar businesses and stuff like that with Shopify as well, but a majority of the people that are on Shopify are doing online stuff in drop shipping. So we're gonna go into maybe say I want to target people that like basketball, right? And I don't know if you saw that or not, but there's actually a job title, coach. Anyone that's a coach in basketball, like And you guys are gonna start to see and realize, like, holy cow, this is crazy. Like, the ability to go and target this specifically, and guess what? It's gonna even get better after this. So, so basketball coach, right? Now behaviors. Now I want to target people that purchase stuff online, right? Purchaser, engaged shoppers. So people that are engaged shoppers that coach basketball and are interested in basketball, that speak Chinese and are between 25 and 60. Just kidding. Probably not going to get too many results with that. Now we want to, I think you can, they used to be able to connect. Let's go with placements right now. So, okay, all right, I'm gonna keep on going with this just so you guys can get a really big understanding of how crazy this can get. So, purchasing behavior. We're gonna go with, I'm just gonna put in L and see what comes up. Owns LG V10. Owns blah, blah, blah. Owns, I'm gonna say iPhone. Let's see if iPhone pops up, because I think you can, they've changed stuff up here a little bit. Employees, iPhone 6 behaviors. All mobile devices by brand, Apple, Facebook access. Yeah, so anyone that has a Facebook or is using Facebook with an iPhone X, you can literally go and target them. And you can use, like, that's where the intricacies and the small stuff start to really, really line up. And if you know what you're doing, you can really find out the kinds of people, like really dive deep down into what your customer and what your client is into and what their behaviors and styles and lifestyle is like. You can really start to narrow down who you target on here. And so let's even go into, and I'm going to keep on doing this just for a little bit, just so you guys get a feel. So Ford, right? Someone likes Ford, right? They're interested in Ford, employee at Ford, baseball, right? All this good stuff. I can target like communities. Let's just say entrepreneurs, right? Interests. And it gives you the size of it right there as well. Like it's, and oh man, you guys haven't. There's so much I want to just spill on you guys right now. I'm just going to show this to you guys really quick. Audience insights. And this is how you go and you do research before you start advertising to people, just so you know. Let's go. Boom. Everyone on Facebook. So everyone on Facebook, this is the exact percentage of all the users on Facebook. So relationship status, education level, job title, the percentages of each individual industry and where they're at, how many people are in each industry. And then if I go and I select maybe Las Vegas, right? Las Vegas, Nevada, United States. So it's going to give me this back. So 54% are women, 46% are men. You see from the average compared to the whole US, you have a drop in 14% when it comes to married. And you can see in comparison with the gray background where they're at. So food and restaurants, a ton of people are employed in food and restaurants. So and then sales, that's another big thing. Wow. Administrative services, transportation, life, physical, social sciences, blah blah blah. So you guys can, like, there's so much data collected on people, it's dumb. So back to ads manager. So we have our Chinese basketball coach that we are trying to help sell stuff for, and we're going to say we want to spend, or no, we're advertising towards a basketball coach right now. Sorry. So we're going to spend $5 a day. So spend $35 a week. Continue. And you can shut this on or off at any time. So you are not ever like obligated to spend. I mean, you're gonna have to spend more than $5. You're gonna have to spend $5 at least, because I mean, you can turn it off anytime, but to get any results at all, you're going to have to spend that money. A lot of people don't understand that concept of investing in advertising. Like, a lot of people are just like, hey, why am I giving you money? I used to do this for free for people, and people would say, hey, why am I giving you money if you're not getting paid for this? And they didn't, yeah. So I hope that's clear to you guys as far as why you put money in, so you can use Facebook's platform and use it to reach more people. Some people just don't understand. So we're going to, dang it. I'm gonna go up really quick and go up to dynamic and creative. So we're gonna create this really quick for you guys. No, I'm not going to go through that right now. This is literally just supposed to be about Facebook. But down here, once you get to links, do you want to know more about coaching? This is very, very dumb. Like, I haven't even thought this out. It's a website. So if they, just so you guys know, if you guys were to, it depends on where you're taking them. So if I just have my website up here, and this is my website right here, so if I have someone coming directly to my website, you can see the difference between a sales funnel or ClickFunnels and this, right? So when someone goes to ClickFunnels in comparison to this, they have so little to do on ClickFunnels, whereas this, I can go and click on, oh, maybe I want to go and see how to work with them. I want to see how to talk to them, right? I want to see how to get in contact. Maybe I go over here. And yeah, no, I don't feel like filling that out right now, so we're just going to go back to home. No, let's learn about this. So it never really leads to conversion. So you guys can see the difference between this and ClickFunnels. So it's cool to learn about stuff on here, but ClickFunnels does a really, really good job of keeping the focus on what's supposed to be happening between now and the next step with the customer. They keep them focused on that next step. So back to Facebook. Optimaudience.com. Okay, so you guys kind of get the idea. Obviously, there would be an image right here, there would be a headline, there would be a title, there would be a subtext, there'd be copy you could put into it if you wanted to. It could be a video. There's a lot of different stuff you could do with this. But just so you guys can, like, this was literally just to help you guys understand the power of Facebook. And this is just Facebook, guys. So and you can target with Instagram, and you can do it with Snapchat, LinkedIn, Google, all this other stuff. So if I go to Google Ads, I'm not going to get into that tonight, but there's a lot of stuff you guys can do. So, paid traffic. So I went over paid traffic. You guys understand the concepts. And so another thing is, I want to go over with you guys, paid traffic. The idea of paid traffic is it's out there to people. Like, people don't understand digital marketing at all, and especially paid traffic and how stuff is supposed to be working and A lot of people worry too much about that stuff in the beginning when it's really not a huge deal. Like a lot of it's just testing and optimizing. But yeah, so hopefully you guys understand the concept by now. Email marketing. So after people get to your page, the first thing you want to do is get their information. So I already went over this before, but this is kind of like the last step. This is the last step before you guys really start to optimize everything. So once you get up to the point where you have their contact information, you grab that and you throw it into your CRM, then you're able to communicate with them like constantly until they either unsubscribe or they make a purchase. There's two decisions right there. They can literally just keep on receiving your content, blah blah blah, reading it, or not. They can still get the emails, still be retargeted, all that good stuff, and they have to, they're in your email list until they decide they don't want to hear about you anymore, or they take a step forward to building a relationship with you even further. So yeah, that's the really cool thing is like, once this happens, boom, there's like you have them, and now they have two decisions to make, and I love that. I love that there's two decisions people have to make, but they're leaning towards the first decision in consuming more of your stuff because obviously you got their email address and they're interested in the thing that you gave to them for free. Whatever value you gave to them for free for their email address, awesome. So next thing is data. Data is so important, and it is critical. If you don't have data, which is the whole point of having all of this digital stuff, back when you were advertising on TV or newspapers or billboards or whatever, you can't track that stuff. You can't track conversions. Granted, you might be able to say, okay, this dude looked at it, we threw a billboard up and it's costing us $30,000 a month, and we're seeing maybe another I don't know, 50,000 in sales or whatever, right? So we take that into consideration, but we can't track that. We can't track the eyeballs on that billboard. We can't track the eyeballs that go from looking at that to consuming our content to buying our stuff. We can't track that. With this stuff, you can. It's completely different, and it's awesome. So what you guys have to do is make sure, and this is where and just so you know, this pixel thing and this G tag thing right here is awesome. So this basically is a Facebook pixel is basically something you install on each URL that is a vital part of your business, at least like a KPI. At least in the ad set or the campaign, wherever it is that people are taking steps that are important, you want to make sure you're tracking that with a pixel and you're putting a pixel on that certain URL. In the spot that it's supposed to be. Same thing with a G tag or a tag assistant. So, or no, it is a G tag. Tag assistant is literally just helping me find people that aren't doing Google stuff right now. Same thing with Facebook. So if I go over to, let's just say I'm going to Nike, right? Shopping Nike. Let's see if they have a Facebook pixel and if they have a G tag installed. We're going to see. Nope. And you can kind of see that right here. They're trying to get their information so they can send out promotions, so they can send out more content to you guys, blah, 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 get you to buy more. So they do have Facebook stuff running. They do have Facebook Pixel, so they're probably going to be retargeting me. Let's see if they have Google stuff. All my content. Wow. Okay, we're gonna skip that step. But yeah, so you guys get it. I mean, there was a lot that I went over today, that I went over in this video, but I hope it helped. I hope this kind of gives you an overall understanding, and I'm gonna be diving into these segments more and more in depth, and gonna be explaining this stuff more in depth in a later video. But this is literally, wow, I went way over a half hour. But yeah, so I'm gonna be diving deep into this stuff, helping you guys out more, and yeah, so if you guys have any questions for me, if you guys like the video, awesome, like, subscribe, and leave a comment below if you have any questions, anything I can fill in the gaps for you with, anything that any niches that you guys maybe want me to make a video for, and I'm gonna start doing this more. So this is obviously one of my first videos on YouTube, but I'm finally doing this for myself instead of just helping other people do it. So bear with me while I try to build this up, and I appreciate everyone that watched this, and I will see you guys in the next video, I guess. Sweet. Talk to you guys later. Bye.